Hey guys, I'm John coming at you with another Infinite Magicraid video. On this one, I do want to go ahead and talk about how I plan to fix my account. I have a game plan. I've seen a little bit of progression, but we're gonna have to play with it. It's gonna definitely take some trial and error. I think also the next time that we have a double legendary event coming, I think I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll and start another account too, just to see if I can apply some of the knowledge I've gained. But I think I have a plan. Stay tuned. I want to know if you guys agree with it or if you think this is maybe a little futile. All right, guys. So what do I mean? What am I talking about? I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing that line coming out of my mouth. So basically, you guys all know that I focused a little too much on single target damage, because I did. I mean, I literally had Zaya, I got Lucifer as my first mythic here. And I also had another really powerful single target nuker. Oh yeah, Seville. Now, granted, solid champions like Seville, Margarita, Elbeck, Space. All four of these are solid champions. Easily top 5 build on most accounts. However, I really messed up, guys. Oof. I got a little too caught up in the thought that I thought I could get by without worrying about dot damage. And honestly, it's become extremely apparent after about 100 some odd days into playing the game. Not having dot damage is just like insanity. Also, I found out really quickly trying to use TAF here. Poisons, yeah, these aren't as cracked up to be as I thought they would be. I think poisons would be super broken and astronomical if I had like a full poison team. I think if I had like TAF and say Woolsey here, and who was the other? There was one other poisoner that I've got champion wise. I don't remember who the other one was that I was looking into, but I feel like if I had maybe 3 poisoners at that point, poison would be very like prominent. It'd be very good. Like even if I had Walter, it would be awesome, or Hazaro, it'd be great. But I don't, because I was just trying to run TAF. I didn't see any benefit. However, this ultimate with this poison and intertwined, this was so GG. Like this was very, very, very impactful. And the reset durations of all dot debuffs, this was also helpful because he's E1. So I wouldn't say that necessarily building my TAF was like a huge mistake, because I did learn a lot about like his character kit, how he works, how he plays out, like how useful it is, like where he could be utilized best. However, I did notice that when you don't have the proper teams to synergize, it makes it super hard, right? I tried running a TAF team and then a Reeves team. And the reason being, before a lot of you say something, because you guys will notice here that Alina's coming back as well, because she's a bleed champion. I did this because I had all the resources, right? Because we also got to keep in mind, skills make a difference. So before, when I regressed Alina, she was never maxed abilities. She never had her max abilities, and she wasn't an E1 either. Now she's an E1 Alina with max abilities, and even at Just Awakened 2, I'm noticing an improvement on my account. Now Reeves, I already had 3 of them stockpiled. I had 3 of him ready to go, similar to a lot of the other champions here. So I knew that I wanted to go ahead and focus him first, so that way I could get everything back from him, which did make a difference. Reeves, I think right now, honestly, was probably a better decision to pick over Holder. Don't get me wrong. Holder was a solid champion to start out with. He was very easy to invest in. I definitely would not downplay the fact that he was a good champion to have. I think Holder and Liz pair really well together for newer players, for sure. However, Reeves, I think, is the better option on most accounts, mainly because he does have this ability where it's literally a 5-stage, it's a 5-hit chance here with a 30% chance to inflict 1 layer of bleed, so up to 5 times. So what that means is you could potentially land 5 bleeds off of 1 ability. That's insane. Like, I don't care who you are. Now, there's also this here where his A1 is a 2-hitter with bleeds. So he just reliably could be a good bleed champion. So that's why I went ahead and I focused him first. And I think that's kind of a mistake that I've been making in this game to begin with, is the fact that I tried treating it too many like other games, right? Most games, I wouldn't need dot damage. I could totally brute force it with like Zaya, get Lucifer up to A5 here, and then 3 support, GG. That's how it would work in a lot of games, at least to get to a certain level. Unfortunately, in this game, that's not how it's going to work for me. Also, you see there, I was getting my emblems done. Definitely a great time to be taking advantage of it, getting ready. I'm going to get all these emblems assigned to my boy Lucifer here, because we're going to be utilizing him for some damage. I think I want to try him in the clan boss. I think I want to try a clan boss team that's Zaya, Lucifer, Alina, Reeves, and then Maya. I just want to see how long we can make it in the fight, see how much damage we can do. Maybe even slap in, maybe take out Lucifer, put in Gehenna with that combination, just so that way she mitigates damage, does those buffs, and does a little bit of cycling heals, right? But I definitely can say from experience, after 100 some odd days in, free to play, because that's what we are, the game is very challenging. Also, you'll notice that I did a photo finish. I literally just completed this event, 32 seconds to go. I just completed this to go ahead and get this advanced skill tome here, because it's that impactful. I literally had to spend 20 gems to do it, and that's okay. But I pushed the arena at the very last minute to get every single one of those points, so that way I could get one advanced skill tome. And these literally are night and day. Like, not having skills on champions is so detrimental. Like, you can't even call a champion bad when you don't have them fully booked, because at that point you're not really utilizing them you're not utilizing their kit as it's intended, right? So it makes it really, really hard to progress. But I digress into that situation. We did also get the Mastery Surge assigned to Reeves, which is perfect. I think I even got it assigned to I got it assigned to Alina as well. We're gonna focus primarily on bleed damage with these two champions here, and I think we're gonna take Taff out of the situation. We're going to end up regressing Taff, which kind of sucks because he's E1'd here. But I think we're going to regress Taff. And what we're going to do is we're going to split up his regression, max out Alina again, and then put the rest on our Lucifer here. And so that'll basically give us a combination here that'll give us a couple of solid single target nukers, some dot damagers with counterattack, because counterattack is always impactful in every game. And from there, I can kind of progress forward. I think from there, we're going to go ahead and we may focus on Liz or Elbeck. One of those two champions for sure. And then honestly, we'll probably move on to Alon after that, because this ability here, I need to see how it works. Honestly, I need to see how impactful this is. Like, because I feel like Alon could be so broken if you put him in high HP teams. Like, let's say we put him in like a Whim or even like Elbeck, right? Like, imagine Elbeck and Alon together. So Elbeck just literally his skills just keep allowing him to increase his max HP. So like, if you can combine Elbeck with Alon here, right, who makes the high HP percentage of all allies the same as the ally with the most HP percentage, like, what happens if you just astronomically go up in HP with Elbeck here? Like, does that make it to where like all your champions become very unkillable essentially because they have too much HP? Like, that's how, like, I feel like this character could have a lot that could go with that, as well as the stuns, the shield. So I definitely want to build him. It's just a matter of, I got to figure out what works best first. Like, I got to get this damage sorted out. Like, my damage dealers have to be sorted out first, so that way I know how to properly complement the support, right? But I definitely think that's going to be the task at hand, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to rest Taff. We're going to take that regression, all those awakenings. We're going to fully max out Alina again. Yes, I know. Some people were like, John, you were dumb to regress in the first place. Hey, you know what? You can call the kettle black all you want. I don't care. It's fine. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to focus on getting these two champions up to A5. And then from there, we will probably move on. If we're doing enough dot damage, I probably won't worry about Liz, even though I would like to get her maxed out anyways, because I can get her E3 already, which we all know that is just like huge, right? Getting an E3 Liz is just insane, like sustain anyways. But I do think we're gonna try to get this done. Once this is done, we'll probably reevaluate. I may go ahead and make an Alon just to test him out, because I feel like he could even slot in for Gehenna at times. I think between the two, between Alon and Gehenna, they're both gonna be pretty complementary to each other to be swapped out easily. So I think we're definitely gonna be doing that as well. We'll have to see what happens in the long run here, but yeah, I definitely think it'll make it worth it. Now, there's a couple other things that we've been doing to kind of fix and work on the account, and that's been focusing on certain aspects of the game. That's been kind of focusing on more of what do I need to do to really progress my account. Like, am I not taking the appropriate amount of time to do certain things? Wait, what is this? What is this? Oh man, okay. So we have the banner, Epic Hero Rate Up. I don't really need any daisies, but that's okay. Interesting. Epic Hero Rate Up. I guess I didn't see that on the list. Points ranking, I made top 40%. That's fine. I'll take it. I mean, that's a free excellent rune and a free mythic shard. I mean, it is what it is. Can't go wrong with free stuff, right, guys? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep pushing it because I did make made a lot of mistakes. I mean, a lot of astronomical mistakes. Progression wasn't there. I do feel like my tower mark's gonna get a lot better. I think my red mark team now is gonna be pretty GG. Obviously I've got, like, you know, with this being the lineup here, that's solid. I got one. The only problem that I'm missing here is I don't have a healer, and really I do have a healer. I just got to build him, right? I just got to build him up, and then he could be our healer. But I feel like this team right here is going to be very solid. It's going to play out very well. I think it's going to play nicely together to allow for a lot of quick damage, which is going to be great, because I think as of right now I'm kind of stuck. Like, force mark is the furthest I made it. I made it to floor 20, and what do I got to do for Catherine? I got to make it to like 20 something, right? 26. Let's look at this event. So yeah, floor 26 in Dwarven Ruins. I guess I've already completed the requirement. Okay, so I already beat the requirement in the tower, so I gotta beat Hell Modes now and floor 26 to get my Catherine, because I think that's obviously another champion I gotta have. It's just one of those no-brainers, like, you kind of just gotta get them, John. But we're gonna work on it. We're gonna get it done. But I do feel like we're making some pretty good progress. Also, I think we're gonna be shifting gears and working on the red marks, which works out good because we got a really good progress on our blue marks. If you guys see this, we got really good progress on our force marks as well, because we focused on those, then we focused on blue marks. And now that we're gonna be switching focus again and going to red marks, we're gonna have, I think it's gonna help balance things a lot better, right? It's gonna definitely help that out tremendously. But it'd be interesting to see how this exactly plays out. But yeah, let me know what do you guys think? Do you think my plan's reasonable? Do you think it's reasonable? I know guild boss damage, when I tested it out with Taff, was pretty bad. I know when I tested Taff in this lineup, I think, hold on, let me show you. I did this lineup right here, and this was awful. This was hot garbage. But I don't think Taff is right for that position. I don't think he's good for it. I think that was a waste of resources there to put him in. I really think Lucifer here would be best in the slot, but maybe even a Alina. You know what? Let's go ahead and just fire it up and run it, see how much damage we get. I think beforehand, my Margarita team that I was using, I think I was getting maybe close to 18 million damage. But I am noticing a lot more. And I think it also helps because now that you know what I mean? Like, now that I've actually taken some time and found, okay, if I do these slight tweaks and I go dot damage, I can see potential. That is, I think, huge, because part of the reason why I was having so much problems is I was kind of getting burnt out, because it's just like beating your head up against the wall. At one point in time, you're going to feel just defeated, right? And nobody's going to enjoy that, right? Like, nobody is going to be like, oh yeah, like, I'm just gonna keep playing until I finally beat this. Yeah, like, no, people are gonna die off. Like, they're just gonna stop playing the game because they feel defeated, right? So it is kind of nice to have like that knowledge of, okay, this forward progression is happening and it's working. Also, look at this. I'm literally keeping 10 stacks of bleed up this entire time. That's awesome. That's really good. And that's obviously due to Alina and Reeves both combination here. And honestly, I could probably try this without Alina. Maybe if I were to run this again and even just slot in Lucifer for now, would maybe be okay. But we're at 14 million, 10 turns in. So it looks like we're gonna easily beat our record. Like I said, it was 18 before on the boss level 4. But it looks like I should clear almost 30 million, which is huge. Like, that's a major gain in actual progression. And all I did was just literally take a couple of champions that I knew were decent, built them up, flopped them out to get the dot damage, because it does make that big of an impact. I just can't believe it's that simple. It doesn't seem like one of those situations where it should be that simple. It doesn't seem like one of those where, like, oh yeah, just dot damage, John, just go for dot damage, more impact. Like I knew HP burning was god tier, and we don't have any of those. The only HP burn champion I really have is Liz, which is great, don't get me wrong, but like, when it comes to bleed champions, I got a few of those as well, right? We got Holder, we got Reeves, we got Alina, but having Reeves is just so god tier, it's not even funny. Like, it's just all, like, he's legitimately keeping up with this and keeping maximum stacks here of 10. We're at 6 now, obviously, but he's got to, he's got to cycle through it a couple of times. But his ultimate is, yeah, see, there he goes. He did his basic ability, did 2 more. Once again, he counterattacked, did 1 more. Like, we're keeping these stacks up, which is really, 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 really helpful. Okay, so we made the turn, we made 26 million damage. Before it was 18 million was my highest record. So that is now a new high, and it put me into the second tier of the gift of these here, which is better, right? Which is because the obvious goal is to get down here. So now technically I could do some math and decide if it makes more sense for me to do 2 battles into here to get this 50 million plus, or if it makes more sense to go level 4, level 3 here, and then keep pushing this one to try to get these a little bit more not as elusive gear. I think it's all in the eye of the beholder, and I think it doesn't make the most sense for me to do right now, but maybe later on it will. What is the rewards here? So if I could get to tier 2 here, that would be insane, but I don't think I will. So I gotta make a minimum of 10 million here to get these rewards. I don't think it's worth it to hit this one at all. I think level 5 is unattainable at the moment for me, but that's okay. We're probably just focused on doing level 3 and go from there. But I think that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think this is a good idea, please leave a comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe for the video as well. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for now. I appreciate you guys all who've been very helpful and been watching my content on Infinite Magicraid. I really couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.